Okay, let's look at the 7 things that happen here. Let's start here. Number 1, you have met, you have agreed that you will marry, you've seen the girl, you like her, or you've seen the guy. Families are informed, so a meeting is now arranged between the 2 families, and the groom will have to come with a few people, maybe his father and mother, just a few. They don't make this one elaborate. Some people do, they don't make it so large, and they come. These are the principal things that will happen. Number 1, you create a marriage contract. That's the first thing. The marriage contract is created, which will be signed by both couple. It is written down. Ladies and gentlemen, young people, instead of wasting time here touching and misbehaving, sit down to discuss in substance the future that you are going to have together. Tangible things. There are a lot of important things. I and my wife, we have a marriage contract that is written. Jesus gave us one that is written. That's the New Testament. God gave Israel, when he married Israel, one that is written. That's the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible. Genesis doesn't contain a lot about the contract, but by the time you get to Exodus, you start seeing the 10 commandments and all the other obligations, and then you see the blessings, what he was going to do for them. So this thing must have obligations, commitments. If you know those things that are very important to you, put it down. Don't wait until after marriage you now start raising them. Put it down now. If, for example, now you are one person, you don't want to have more than 3 kids, make it clear, discuss it now, reach agreements. One lady said she wants to have 12. She's a pastor in our ministry. The husband wants only 3. Wahala has already started though. And she told me, if the man, this thing he's saying, only 3, is it not me that control my body? When I'm ovulating, I'll just go to him and get pregnant. Let him tell me to go and abort. That is wahala already. They need to sit down, discuss and reach agreement. And there are a couple of other things. Some men are more private. Some men don't mind their wife traveling to US to live in US. You're a lady, you have a vision, you want to go to US and study, you live in US, your husband is here. Discuss it now. Let's know if he can handle that. You know that God called you, you're going to be a preacher, but you're a female. Bring it on the table now. Put it there. There's a call of God on my life. I will be a loving wife to you. I will submit to you. I will do all those stuff, but you must give me the liberty to fulfill this mandate and state some of the demand. If he commits to it, he can come back tomorrow and shut down that ministry. He can, because there is a third party. There is a threefold cord. Important that this thing is built on covenant, and people don't sit down to talk about, and later it will start causing trouble. You're a man, you know you have a call of God in your life. That's so and so. Or in future you are going into politics. Bring it up. What causes division is division, 2 different visions. When you have a corporate vision, people unite around a common goal. It unites them, it makes them stronger. Shared vision and shared values unite people, not just love. You need to have layers of security that hold you together, not just love. Or maybe children. There must be agreement in your vision, because the woman is sent there as your helper to do what? There must be shared values, your convictions. So that, for example, now you talk about whatever, and one person is saying, no, even though I want to marry you, I love you, but I also believe in having side chick. I believe that a man can't just eat only one soup. You know, is that what you want? Do you want to sign? Let me give you an example. When Jacob was developing a marriage contract with the daughters of Laban, because he took 2 girls from one family, Laban put it there, and Jacob vowed not to take other wives apart from his daughter, because in those days polygamy is allowed, but he vowed not to, and he didn't go beyond that. There were 2 other women. It was those wives that gave him those ones. He didn't go beyond that. Is his wife, the one didn't have a child, they surrendered her maid, a baby came out, And when he saw a baby, he said, more. And the other one that was already having a child said, you can also have my mate before this one catch up with me. So the guy ended up with 4 wives by the permission of the women, not that he went, I was playing games. I know the way your New Testament head thinks. You will think there is adultery. There is no adultery there. That is according to the culture of then, when polygamy was in operation. There was no adultery there. Like some of you were accusing Abraham of adultery. There was no adultery in Abraham. Abraham was a righteous man, actually one of the most righteous men of his generation. He was the wife. There was no adultery there, because they lived in a culture of polygamy. And of course, you can see that those children that came out of those 4 women formed the 12 patriarchs of Israel. In the case of Sarah, when later the maid that has now become Madame started disrespecting her, she got so angry, she dealt with her with a strong hand, and she now demanded that the husband must send her away. And Abraham refused, because he has a child by the name of Ishmael. He refused. So God came in the night and said, listen to your wife. I told you there is a third God, the mediator of the covenant. He said, yes, listen to her. Cast out the born woman and her child. Solve this problem now before consequences start later. And he did. He blessed Ishmael and sent him away.